Hello and welcome to this week's reading. I just have a couple of messages I'd like to share first. So the other day I was going away with my friends for an activity day, and I went and sat in my garden and looked straight in front of me, and on my decking there was this feather just like stuck but standing upright, and I just thought that was a lovely message. I don't know if any of you have been seeing feathers, but went on a walk yesterday, and I was literally walking along the road, and a white feather just flew down in front of me, in front of my face, and I just caught it. And yeah, I kept that because, I think we get little signs from spirit, and they show up in all sorts of ways. And I do get feathers a lot, angel numbers, just insects and birds and animals in general. Please share below if you're having a lot of messages come through at the moment. I have had a message that has come through from Spirit that they wanted me to share with you before I started this reading, and that was create a feeling of freedom by doing breath work and feeling the emptiness inside of your stomach. When you focus on your stomach, imagine a ball of energy deep inside your belly, and imagine it growing out and around all of your body. Feel the energy expand out into space. Feel the love inside of you and feel the nothingness of the void. When you feel love, be in the knowingness that you are free. You are beautiful and full of other higher beings that are guiding you on this path towards your freedom. So whatever that freedom is for you, I will share. For me, my ultimate freedom is to live near the sea and to be able to take each day as it comes and flow, and kind of be in a job or a career or a path that is in alignment with my soul's chosen path, my gifts, and to use them more openly. I don't know about any of you, but many of us probably are in certain careers and jobs that may not feel like they align with who we truly are, but we do it because we pay the bills. But in those jobs, I think we do learn many skills that help us, and yeah, I'm trying to get there, and these things take time, but I just wanted to share that today. So I've been guided to go back and use, as well as tarot, to use some of my oracle decks as well. And today we're going to start off. The first card, the theme, will be from the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck by Kim Kranz, and I love this deck. So because she has such amazing messages, I will be using her book to read out the messages, and then we'll see what else comes through from Spirit. So I've got the first card here. I'm going to put this down, and I will turn them all up at the end. And the second card I was guided to use to cross the theme was the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, again by Kim Kranz. And if you haven't checked out any of her decks yet, please do, because she has such beautiful imagery. Oh, I think this one of these wants to... that one there. And the third card we have today is the Gate... Ooh, that one wanted to come out, so it'll be this one. This is the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle by Kyle Gray. And I know this seems like a lot, but this is what I was guided to do, so I'm not going to argue with Spirit. The fourth card represents our unconscious thoughts, and this is also by Kyle Gray, and this is Angels and Ancestors. This is also a lovely deck, so I'll just put those there. The fifth card is Between Worlds Oracle. I don't know, I can't remember who it's by, but I'll put them in the description below if you do want to check them out. I love this deck as well. Oh, we've had quite a lot jump out. And I will take the one that is face down on the floor. And that represents the past, or what's about to end. Obviously, with the way these cards are shaped, I can't do it in the Celtic cross that I have been doing lately. But yeah, the numbers still mean the same. The sixth deck, is it the sixth? Yeah. The sixth one I'm using today is also by Kim Kranz, and this is her tarot. This one. And the 7th card represents our energy, and I was guided to use the same as the first card for the theme. So I hope you're all well and doing good. We've got another heat wave here in the UK. I do like the sun, but the heat is, I must admit, it's just a bit much. I am glad I've got a paddling pool for the kids. Ooh. Your energy, and the energy coming in is my good old faithful Toff Tarot deck. Oh, this one. And I've only bought this lately, but it's the Rider-Waite. It's the gold edition, and I just think it's really beautiful. And this represents our hopes and fears. Nothing wants to come out. I don't know if you ever get that. Oh, this one. And the last card is the Archetypes deck again by Kim Krans. Seems to be this one. Right. So I'm going to turn over the cards now. So what have we got? Oh, that's funny. We've got breath, and obviously Spirit's message was about doing breath work and feeling that freedom. We've got the unseen, Arcturian light codes. It's a lot of cosmic energy coming through. Protection guardian, community, the lovers. Ooh. Okay. Chaos, Princess of Discs, the Empress, and the Threshold. Okay, so like I said, with breath, I'm going to read that from the book, but there's a lot of green in the card. That to me is like creativity in the heart, but let's see what it says. So if no one's, I'll show the book as well, and then there is a contents page because I didn't realise that, and I've been just trying to find the pages every time, but there is a contents page. So breath is under the 22 materials, page number 36, 159. Okay, so I'll show you that there so you can see. So inspiration, presence, and life force. There is no more direct way to practice alchemy than to study, I can't pronounce that, pneuma. Yeah, sorry. We all have access to the mystical phenomenon known as the breath. It occurs at every moment, gracing us with the gift of existence upon the physical plane. If alchemy, as is suggested in this book, is the merging of physical and mystical, then this card serves as our ever-reliant bridge. It is the magical within us, the expanding and generating life force that animates our life. This card may appear simple, but it is not. No matter how advanced you are in studying the breath, if you heed the message of this card, you will find it has more to teach. Bow to it at this very moment, and you will discover the work revitalizes itself. New space opens. This is your lifelong alchemical ally, stating its love with every inhale and exhale. To go deeper, take one deep, full breath. To ponder the first breath. So they have like little bits on these books, which I love. It's no coincidence that nearly every spiritual and mystical lineage bows to the breath via observation of it, meditation, breath techniques, or chanting or song. When the I can't pronounce this, Numa card appears, it is a call to make room, to expand and soften the approach to the work. The other cards present in the reading may benefit from more spaciousness too. I do find that really interesting that, in that first message that I had from spirit, it was obviously about the breath and it was about imagining, spaciousness inside of you. So with that being the theme, I would say that's a really strong focus that we should be having right now, is to really remember to come back to ourselves, to be centered and be in that breath. So the next card we have that is influencing the theme is the unseen. So yeah, I think that's really interesting. So again, we'll go to the contents and the unseen. So what would that be? 27. So that is the selves. So 115. So the unseen, I'll show you that there. The spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us, watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence. Though it rallies our attention, I'm getting chills like on my legs and arms. Though it rallies our attention time and time again, the energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision or message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications, as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen. The sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Oh, honestly, I've got goosebumps all over me. When light, clairvoyant, guidance, whispers of wisdom; when dark, looming energy, unwillingness to forgive, to go deeper. King Hamlet, the Three Fates, The Shining. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. Yeah, I must say, like, the guidance from spirit, a lot of it has been to be still and be silent, because we're so busy and we're expected to multitask day by day that we're not allowing ourselves that time to really get any of that communication. If you have lost a loved one, I send my condolences to you, and I have lost many people in my life that I've tried to connect with, and I've managed to connect with my best friend and my grandma. I haven't managed to connect with any of my other loved ones who have passed. I think there's certain people that are around you that are trying to give you some guidance and communication. And just remember, they're a part of you. So try and be gentle at this time with yourself. Really give yourself that spaciousness and that room to do some breath work, to imagine that you are already free. You have all that you need inside of you. And if there is any clarity that you're hoping for, or any messages from spirit, do take that time for meditation, stillness, even if it's just going out in nature for a walk. That's when I find that I get a lot of synchronicities and messages that come through from spirit, just as I'm, just being on my own in nature. And I get many things like, butterflies come up to me and, dance around my head, or a dragonfly will just fly right past me. And I like to look up, the spiritual symbolisms of animals and then write them down and see how many times these things happen. So yeah, I would say, there is a message trying to come through from an ancestor or a guide, and, allow yourself that breathing room to allow any messages to come through. Do some journaling, and don't doubt yourself. I think A lot of us, I have been on this journey for a while now, but when I first started like getting guidance come through, I really second guessed myself and I didn't trust the first thought. And then my logical mind would come in and it would try and like make sense of it. And your logical mind can't, because it is a completely different realm. Um, what we've got representing our conscious thoughts is Arcturian light codes. So this says evolutionary downloads, recalling power and future thinking. So as you can see, there is like this yellow, you know, color, like the solar plexus, right in the heart center as well. So remembering that you are one with all things, you have immense power within you, recalling your power and allowing this energy from when you're, doing your breath work. Imagine, like beautiful golden light coming in from the crown above your head into your body and coming in, down into your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and allowing this energy, like the message said, it said, to imagine that ball of energy inside you and expanding it out. And this looks like what this being is doing here. It's expanding its energy out, remembering that, you have all this power within you. And I'd say from you taking this time to, do this breath work, any messages to come through, that they're trying to help you reclaim your power. And there could be downloads coming in, but without you, allowing the stillness and to be in that breath, really resting in the lower half of your body. I think that's the key. And from this, if there's something you're wanting for your future, I think this is going to help you with this, because through that we're trying, I think many of us, we're trying to get clarity and like, what's the right path, what direction is right for me. And you're always where you're meant to be. And if there's any struggles or any difficulties that you are going through now, all these things make you stronger and help you build up towards that next step. We're all thinking of our future. Sometimes we think, years down the line, but just try and think about like today or tomorrow, like literally, what can you do now that will make your life better now? Is your for me, I've been trying to like sort out my house and my garden. So it can be very practical things, and just making your home better and like the space around you, make it feel more luxurious. If you did want a bigger, better house one day, and make the space that you have one that you really like to be in. Start doing the steps that you can do, or things you can control in your environment now, because any work that you do in your environment or on yourself, whether that's exercise, eating better, treating your body as a temple, doing all the things that are good for you, kind of shows the universe that that you have self-respect, self-care, self-love. And then you'll find that when you're emanating out this this power and this sovereignty of yourself, by you doing that, you attract things back into your field. And with the blue in this, and the blue in the throat chakra area here, I would say, and the pink, for me, pink is like representative of self-love. So, allowing this love to come through, allowing this love to emanate out. The giving and receiving of love is, it is reciprocal. It's a, two-way street. You give it and receive it. It's not just you should be giving it all the time. You should also be receiving that. So, and allowing yourself to receive. And there might be something about your voice, something to do with you speaking your truth, or something that you want to do involves you using your voice in some way, whether that's you singing or speaking, public speaking, even if it's just writing, but you getting your ideas out onto paper, or it could be something like a podcast or, YouTube even. But by you receiving this guidance and allowing that to come through, this is going to really help you reclaim your power and your sovereignty. And I love that. So beneath the surface, in our unconscious thoughts, there's something here. So this is saying, drop your shields. So sometimes when our shields are up, and we're being defensive, we aren't always allowing any guidance to come through, because maybe there's a fear there. Maybe there's something deep below that in the past you may have had spiritual gifts that weren't allowed to be seen, and we can put a wall up. But look how beautiful she is, like with all of her peacock feathers and her massive wings, with the green, and using your heart energy. So try not to, with the shield here, it's like blocking. Try not to block that love from coming in. Try and allow yourself to be more vulnerable and more open, because I think by allowing yourself to be more open, more vulnerable, I know we can put up walls and we get scared because we've been hurt or we've been persecuted in a past life for being our full authentic selves. She is being her, in her full color. She's like showing all of her expression, but she still has this shield here, but she's lowered it down. So she is still open here around her heart area. So and with her hand, this is the action. So this is the masculine side. So, standing in your authority, still having the boundaries, but still being receptive, open, vulnerable will really help this process that you're going through. So the card we have representing the past or ending is community, and I love that. So I would say from this, in a tree with roots, and there's been growth. So maybe you've been, being with friends more, or maybe there's like something you've been working on with a project, or maybe this is calling you to spend more time with others in community. What's coming through actually is that this could represent your ancestors who are with you. That's just what came through. So, your roots, where do you come from? Who are you? What you're made of? I'd say there's a lot of spirit guides around you at the moment that are helping you with your growth. I love that. And we go into the lovers. So the future or beginning, the lovers, obviously a lot of people, this can represent a person. It doesn't have to be someone who's going to be a lover though. This could just be a partnership. This could also be your male and female aspects of self merging and coming together as you alchemize all parts of yourself to kind of like, where it says drop your shields. This is like all of the colors expanding out, so you can kind of fly towards the destination that you want to go to. From this, they're flying off to this side, to their future, and obviously with this looks like sun energy expanding out. So from you taking this time and receiving these messages, this is helping you to alchemize certain aspects of yourself. So by you dropping your shields, you're allowing the alchemy of love to come through, because we all have a male and a female aspect, and it's about merging them together so we're not dominant on one or the other. So if you're living too much by your feminine side, and then you're not necessarily going to do the action that it takes to get you to where you want to go. If you're being more in your masculine side and you're not allowing that receptive energy to come in, this is about the balance of the two. So I'd say, from taking this time, for yourself with the breath work, we're calling your power, really dropping, any pretenses or anything, dropping any masks and being your full authentic self, allowing that guidance, or if it is other people around you who may want to help you on this journey. But I'd say there's a lot of alchemy going on here, and I love this. This is leading you to somewhere that, I don't know, with the threshold, I think this is leading you, that's our outcome. So there's going to be something coming up where I think you might have to make a choice. But right, we'll go to your energy, and that is chaos. So I'll find that one there. So chaos, that is 51. Oh, yay. I don't always read those the best. So we've got 51191. So see if you can see that there. So disorientated, spinning, and groundlessness. When an alchemist sits in their laboratory amidst the presence of Massa Confucia, something miraculous is bound to occur. That's because this card, this state, is so powerful and all encompassing that it typically overwhelms the student to the point of despair. Such is the nature of chaos. It is the grand trickster, the topsy-turvy confusion that turns life on its head and spins a web not even the wisest mystic can untangle. Baffling? Yes. Disorientating? Yes. But the seasoned alchemist recognizes it as the most potent point in the alchemical experiment. Wait, observe, do nothing. It is destiny itself that spins the web. Clarity will emerge, one strand at a time. Your only task is to breathe. Again, breathe. Do not struggle. The free fates hold you in their sights as you free fall towards freedom. Oh, that gave me goosebumps as well. But I think I don't know if any of you watch I Scry, House of Scrying, and Steph song that came in her head was "Free Falling," and that kept being in my head. So it was, yeah, as you free fall towards freedom. So freedom again. That was the message that came through from Spirit about you and your freedom. So I love this. This is really, this really resonates. So to go deeper, watch the film Dazed and Confused, 1993, to ponder, looking through the eye of a storm. Think of this card as a sister to the Void card. They are different expressions of the same life-changing energy. The void is absence and chaos is overwhelming presence. And in the message from Spirit, it said about being in the void. So I think this is very powerful, and remembering, overwhelming presence. Remember to be present in the present moment is a very powerful thing to do. So piling existential, oh my god, existential questions on top of chaos will not help your alchemical pursuits. Rather, turn to practices that clear and make space. Meditation is the remedy. So obviously, really take note of that. Really do your breath work, meditate, that clear and make space, because I must admit, I don't know about you, where it says about questions on top of questions. I'm always asking so many questions to Spirit and myself, and a lot of the guidance I've had lately is just to be and feel. So the next card we have is the Princess of Discs. So I just need to turn my fan around because it's blowing incense into my eye. Just one sec. Right, that's better. I don't have incense going in my eyes now. So the energy we have coming in is the Princess of Discs. So in this card, she's actually pregnant. So this is one of the mother cards of the tarot. So congratulations if there is something like a new creation entering your life, whether that is a little baby, or whether that's a fur baby, or a new pet, or a new person, or a concept or idea that's coming in. So through this like breath work, and you taking that time for entering the void, not asking questions, just being, feeling, allowing, receiving that energy and that guidance from Spirit. Something tangible is going to be coming in. So if this is you working on a project, or oh no, sorry, this really does feel like it might not resonate with everyone, but where we've got the Empress as well, this apparently on her, where she's wearing this gown, she's also known to be pregnant in this card too. So we've got two mother cards, which I think is very symbolic. And I also felt guided to have my little Isis figurine today as well. And she's known as the Great Mother of Fertility. So I really find that quite interesting today. So there's like, whether, if this isn't like a new life, coming into your life, this could be like the, a new idea, a new perception of something that's going to help you where you're going to be standing at a threshold towards something new, something that's going to bring a lot of abundance and love and joy and beauty into your life. With the horn she has, this is about her perception. So, she's got her staff here with the light, emanating out of the diamond. So she's bringing something from above down into ground. So something from above, with spirit, she's bringing that in, and then she's creating something on earth that's going to bring a lot of abundance. So that this is about preparing for something new to come in. So like I was saying before about preparing your environment or looking after your body, your home, doing things as a preparation to and being present when you're doing those things. So like when I like to say I wash up, because I don't have a dishwasher, I still wash up the good old fashioned way, but I can see my garden through my window when I wash up. And I just love feeling the water on my skin as I'm washing up, and then looking outside and sit at, because it's summer at the moment where we are, seeing the butterflies fly around the garden, all the little birds, being present with your environment and what's around you, even if you're cleaning, being present with what you're doing at that time. And where I was saying about, the merging, the male and female aspects, where this is the lovers as well, if this is like in the concept of being of another person that you are being with, this can either be yourself or this could be you and another person, and the creation coming into your life where you've merged together and you're bringing something new into earth. I think this is going to bring you a lot of abundance into your life. This is all about harmony and renewal, where we've got the yin yang there. I think that's like a shield, and she's holding it down. So, I'd say really do, especially if you are pregnant, or if there is a new life coming in, or even if it is a new concept or idea that you're hoping to think about for your, for your future. Take this time to rest. Just do things at a slower pace. If it is the summer where you are, that is the time where it's like nice to be with people, do some nice things, enjoy the sunshine, let that sunshine charge you, recharge you. Where we've got the yellow in the background, with spirit here, that sun can really give us that energy, but not to feel like you have to do too much at this time. It's okay to rest, because in the position of our hopes and fears, we've got the Empress. So as this is a hope and a fear, you may be hoping for this, this new abundance, this, this luxury, this life of luxury, but this isn't about doing too much. It's like being in that Empress energy, allowing, trusting, receiving, where we've got, this is card of Venus as well. So, Venus is about balance, renewal, harmony. So it's about beauty and romance and what and how do you love. So where we've got the lovers and the Empress, this could be about romance for you. Home, family, those kind of things. But as this is, a lot of the things we hope for in our lives, a life of beauty and balance, and inner and outer wealth. It can also be scary as well, because if you are hoping to create something with someone, or whether this is a new idea or concept, it's the unknown, isn't it? So what we do really want in our life is sometimes something that we're resistant to take the steps towards making that happen. So I do love that that we've got two of these cards about the mother cards here. There might also be a mother figure that because sometimes the Empress can represent a mother who there might be a mother conflict with that hasn't been resolved. So it could be, nurturing that inner child, going back, if there were things that happened in your childhood that, have caused you to, have your guard up, then my incense just like sparked as well then. So I think that might be a message for someone to really go back to when you were young and do some visualization of imagine a new family, imagine a new mum, and visualize what they would have been like, your fantasy of the best kind of childhood, because we can repair any kind of things that kind of happen to us by going back into it in a visualization and meditation, and really giving our inner child that kind of love and that nourishment, and that attention that we craved. I think most of us, I'd say a massive percentage of us have some kind of trauma, and it's not as big for everyone, but our own perception of it is what matters. Someone's life is completely different from another, but it doesn't make it any less traumatic for yourself, because you're the only one who's lived your life. So if there is something that you need to heal, taking this time for the breath work, really going within, remember you are a divine being and you have spirit with you at all times. Your ancestors are cheering you on towards this new thing that's entering your life. So the last card we have is the Threshold. So I'm just going to get the book. So let's find the Threshold. And is that place? Yeah, number 45 or 9. So that can be like the end, coming towards the end of a cycle. So 153. So the threshold, the door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one. However, you have arrived at a threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. A new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall again into, I've got goosebumps, into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step forward toward the future that calls you. Ugh, shivers all over. When light, growth, individuation, ease in the liminal. When dark, resisting, refusal to grow, barriers and boundaries. To go deeper, lie on the floor and listen to Bob Dylan's Standing in the Doorway. In Hindu mythology, Ganesh is the ultimate gatekeeper. Look to the great elephant god for support. Hecate, Janus, and Menshen are also watching over you. I've had Hecate come through recently as well. So crossing a threshold may not always be voluntary. Sometimes we are thrown across the boundary through circumstances far beyond our control. Either way, we cannot go back. So I find that really interesting. There's a lot here that's trying to lead us to a completely new life. And one of the fears may be you embracing your full femininity, you embracing your full divine power. She is in touch, with spirit. She has that authority. And it's about your perception. You can create this beautiful life just with, you really being in that feeling and believing state that what you wants you. But there is a threshold, and there might be a bit of fear there. And my throat's starting to close as well. So this might be something that needs to be communicated, that, you've got some you're guarding something here, and there might be a fear to fully allow these spirit messages to come through. Maybe you're opening up your spiritual gifts and you're not quite allowing yourself to be in that void space enough, because maybe there's a slight fear there of what's going to come through, and you fully being in your power. When we fully activate and allow ourselves to be in our full authentic power, we can be scared of people around us, that we're going to outgrow them, or they're not going to be able to handle us anymore because we're just completely different to how we were. So I think a lot of us suppress our power, our magic, to kind of people please, to kind of keep the peace and keep everything how it is. But there's a threshold and there's an initiation here that, like it said, it's going to happen either way. You can either choose to do it through doing your breath work and allowing those messages to come through, or there's going to be something external happen anyway that's going to cause this. Sorry, I just need to get a drink quick. Right, so that's better. So we're going to do our angel number for our additional messages today. So please let me know what you think. Also, I have got personal readings up on my Ko-fi. The link will be in the description if you feel called. So the angel number we have is 1441, unique skills. Life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority now. So yeah, like I was saying about your gifts, maybe that's part of your mission, becoming the master of your practice, and focusing your mind. I love that. And we'll have an angel spirit to guide us as well with an additional message today. Oh, there it is. So the animal we have guiding us is Black Jaguar, Old Soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Yes, you can. So really have that focus, do your breath work, be in meditation, allow these downloads to come through, being vulnerable, and really opening up that heart center, still having your boundaries, but allowing those messages to come through, allowing the love to come in. And like I said at the beginning, with the message from Spirit, imagining that you're in the void, but you have such a love and a light that's emanating out. And it's all about, just being present, receiving. I think you are going to be receiving something, whether that's a message or, a physical thing, whether this is a new life, a new project, a new job, but it's working on yourself. So take this time, allow yourself to be selfish. It is okay. And thank you for being here. I really appreciate any likes. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I shall see you next week. Bye.